guys, it's me, Bren, and in today's quick little presentation, I'm going to share with you a little bit about a bromeliad that I have been growing for the past couple of months here in Ohio. I had a question someone submitted to me on my website, which you're all welcome to stop over and check it out. It's brenhaas.com. There's a garden chat button on there, and I love hearing questions, especially when it's plants that I actually grow. So I've got a question to answer here, and I thought the best place to share would be in my tropical oasis here in Ohio. I am in my dome right now if you're watching the video. I just love it in here to be a nice little backdrop for my audio. We can hear the water feature in the back here, which is awesome. And this is seriously tropical. It is only about 53 degrees outside, but it's a nice humid 80 degrees in the dome today. Now, let's talk a little bit about that bromeliad. All right, so here is mine growing. I just brought it out of the house. I've had it in the house under a lamp by a pretty good window, which provides a nice indirect light for it, which is what it recommended on the label when I brought this home. I did notice, however, it has grown a little bit, but also some of the red is kind of starting to fade a bit. And I almost wonder if that's just from not having enough light. So after getting such a great question about this plant, I decided I'm going to move it out to my tropical area, which is where these plants originate from, this variety. I am going to try growing this in a little bit of shaded area. This plant does not like direct light. It likes indirect light because these little branches here can actually scorch from too much sun. So I have the perfect little location here in the dome to grow it. It also loves humidity, which I have a lot of that in here. I want to be careful not to let those roots get too wet. They do not like to be soggy, but they also don't like to be too dry for too long. So I actually have a container here, a clay pot with rocks, and I did add a little bit of water to the bottom where the roots will be able to just kind of touch it on the bottom here, not the entire container. And that hopefully will create a nice little humid area where I'm going to place this in the dome here. Now, my question was about the person asked when they water it, water gets stuck in here apparently, which it really shouldn't. Because, I mean, I guess if you're growing this outdoors, you're going to get rain on it. But it will evaporate pretty quick, I would think. The leaves are soft enough that they're not going to get caught in here. They're concerned with mosquitoes being able to nest and breed in this, and I don't think that would happen, not at all. In fact, I mean, the biggest thing is just making sure that those roots aren't getting too wet at the bottom. These grow, like I said, in a tropical condition, so mosquitoes, snakes, and other little critters are going to eat things like mosquitoes anyhow. Just be very careful when growing this in your home garden. When you water it, I wouldn't spray water directly on this where it's going to catch down in here, which it really doesn't. It's nice and soft. It's a nice plant. Be sure to water, like I said, my situation here is I'm watering it from the bottom. Really, it's going to sit nicely in there. Now, I will admit, when it's in the dome here, it will probably get sprayed a few times with a hose, just because that's what I do out here. But when I spray things, I'm very careful that it sprays in a direction kind of like this rather than directly down. My spray usually goes just across the leaves, and the reason I do that is just to kind of refresh it a little, get any dust off of it, and it also kind of scatters any little aphids or other little bugs that may be growing in here. But luckily I do have a frog, a toad, and a snake in the dome, and my plants have actually been very nice and not having any extra bugs that are not beneficial to them. All right, and there she is. I think that is the perfect little location. It is nice and humid down in this area, and yet it's sheltered from any super direct light. As you can see, I've got a couple of begonias down here that are doing wonderful in this location all winter long, actually. So I'll keep tabs on it to make sure it doesn't get dried out, and hopefully I can keep this growing here. Thanks for checking out my presentation today. I look forward to sharing more creative gardening with you soon. So stop by my website at brenthaas.com. Hope to see you there.